Some videos are creepy, and then there are the ones that experts still can't explain. Footage that investigators, analysts, and even skeptics walk away from saying, "I have no idea what we just watched." Today, we're diving into the world's most haunted videos, real recordings that continue to terrify the internet. And trust me, some of these might stay with you long after the video ends. The Shadow in the School Hallway. Our first story takes us to a girls' school in Kota Baru, Malaysia. In 2016, the school went viral after a wave of mass hysteria seemed to sweep through the student body. Multiple students suddenly collapsed, screaming that they were seeing something black and tall following them. Teachers and officials initially dismissed it as a psychological phenomenon, a shared delusion. That is, until someone recorded this. The footage, taken on a shaky phone, shows a long, empty hallway with flickering fluorescent lights. As the camera pans, a tall, shadowy figure seems to slip across the far end of the hall. It's dark, unnaturally tall, and moves with a strange fluidity that doesn't match any normal shadow play. Experts from various fields were called in to investigate: psychologists, religious figures, even the Ministry of Education got involved. But the footage showed something no one could explain: a figure moving against the light, with no visible source to cast the shadow. The situation became so intense that the school had to be shut down for several days to perform cleansing rituals and allow the panic to subside. Even today, it's said that local residents avoid that particular hallway at night, haunted by the memory of the tall, black figure, the Caracas demon. Next, we travel to Caracas, Venezuela, for a piece of footage that might be the most disturbing on this list. In 2009, a security guard working in an apartment block reported hearing strange noises. It sounded like footsteps, scurrying up a stairwell that he knew for a fact should have been empty. It was late at night, and all residents were accounted for. So, he pointed his security camera toward the stairs, hoping to catch a trespasser or maybe an animal. What he captured instead has been debated and analyzed for over a decade. The video shows something pale and long-limbed crawling rapidly up the stairs. It doesn't move like a person. It doesn't move like any known animal. It's unnervingly fast, scuttling up the concrete steps on all fours with an insect-like gait. Its limbs are too long, its movements too jerky and unnatural. Investigators from 3 different agencies reviewed the tape, looking for any sign of digital manipulation, CGI, or a simple glitch. They found nothing. The footage was clean. To this day, no one has been able to identify what this creature could be. Locals have given it a name: El Demonio de Caracas, or the Demon of Caracas. The original security guard reportedly quit his job shortly after the incident, refusing to ever work the night shift in that building again. The woman who vanished on CCTV. Our third case comes from a hotel in Manchester, UK, in 2013. The hotel released CCTV footage that quickly shocked the internet. The clip is simple. It shows a woman walking down a standard hotel hallway. She's walking at a normal pace, not looking distressed or in a hurry. She passes a doorway, heads toward a corner at the end of the hall, and walks into a blind spot just out of the camera's view. And then nothing. You'd expect her to reappear on another camera, perhaps one covering the next hallway, the elevator bank, or the stairwell. But she never does. She didn't exit the building. She didn't use the stairs or the elevator. According to the hotel's security system, she simply disappeared. Police were called to investigate a potential missing person case. They searched every room on that floor, every utility closet, every possible exit. They found nothing. Hotel staff later admitted something even stranger. The hallway had no physical layout that could explain her disappearance. There was no hidden door, no service passage, no opening she could have slipped through. It was a dead end. The footage remains one of the strangest and most perplexing disappearance on camera cases ever recorded, leaving everyone to wonder where she went. The Japan Tunnel Ghost. Now, let's head to Japan, a country rich with ghost stories and haunted locations. Among its most infamous spots is the Kiyotaki Tunnel. This old, narrow tunnel is legendary for its paranormal activity. The story goes that it was built with slave labor, and many workers died during its construction. Their spirits are said to still linger there. It's also rumored that the tunnel's length changes, depending on whether you're measuring it from the inside or the outside. a detail that adds to its unsettling reputation. Over the years, multiple drivers have captured strange phenomena on their dashcams while passing through. The most common reports are of sudden, ghostly figures appearing in the middle of the road, only to vanish moments later. But one particular video stands out as the most famous and chilling. In this clip, a driver is slowly making their way through the dark, foggy tunnel. Their headlights illuminate the path ahead. Suddenly, a faint, white figure materializes out of the mist, standing directly in the car's path. But what makes this footage so terrifying is that the figure doesn't just stand there. It slowly turns its head toward the camera, as if looking directly at the driver, before vanishing in an instant. It's there 1 second and gone the next. Initially, police dismissed these reports as tricks of the light or driver fatigue. But the claims kept coming, not just from lone drivers, but from bus drivers on their regular routes, who reported the same thing in the same spot. To this day, many locals refuse to drive through the Kiyotaki Tunnel alone at night. The crawling entity from Russia. Our fifth piece of unexplained footage takes us to a snowy, desolate location in Russia. In 2014, a security camera in an office or apartment building captured something truly bizarre. The black and white footage shows a long, empty hallway. All is quiet. Then, something comes into frame, but it's not on the floor. It's on the ceiling. Crawling along the corner where the wall meets the ceiling is a pale, thin entity. It moves with a disturbing, unnatural speed, its limbs contorting as it scurries along. It looks almost human in shape, but its movements are completely alien. Skeptics immediately jumped on the video, claiming it must be a bug or a spider crawling on the camera lens. It's a common explanation for this kind of footage. However, one detail makes that theory fall apart. As the creature moves along the ceiling, you can clearly see its shadow being cast on the wall below it, perfectly matching its movements. A bug on the lens wouldn't cast a shadow on a distant wall. Paranormal teams visited the building after the footage went viral, conducting investigations and taking readings, but they found no rational explanation and couldn't replicate the event. The footage remains completely unexplained, a truly unnerving glimpse of something that has no right to be there. The girl behind the door. For our final story, we go to Cordoba, Argentina, where a family's attempt to ensure their child's safety led to a terrifying discovery. Like many new parents, they set up a simple baby monitor in their infant's room. The camera was positioned to give them a clear view of the crib, so they could check in during the night. One night, they reviewed the footage and captured something that wasn't their baby. It was something else. The footage shows the baby's room, dimly lit. The bedroom door is slightly ajar, leaving a dark, vertical gap. For a while, nothing happens. Then, in that dark gap, a face appears. It's small, pale, and seems to be peeking into the room, staring directly at the crib. Its features are hard to make out in the darkness, but the distinct shape of a small head and two dark eyes are visible for just a moment before it disappears instantly. It doesn't pull back or retreat. It's just there one frame and gone the next. The family was so terrified by what they saw that they reportedly grabbed their baby and fled the house that very night. They never returned. According to local records, the property is still listed as unoccupied to this day, abandoned because of the little face that appeared in the doorway. Some videos are hoaxes, some are illusions, tricks of light and shadow. But these are the ones that keep investigators awake at night, the ones with no easy answers, that defy logical explanation, or they force us to wonder if there really are things in this world that we don't understand. Which one of these clips do you think is real, and which one still gives you chills? This is Dark History. Subscribe for more stories that linger in the shadows.